This model kit review is another very large model, and this is the F-35A Lightning, and it is 1/32nd scale model. This is just the regular version, conventional takeoff and landing, not the vertical, and it is by Italeri, and looks like it's got some photo etching and some decals. Over here gives you the length here. This is a very large box, and shows you here our masks as well as our photo etching and decals, and then there's some details about the plane, and then it also shows you here the different versions that they give you. So let's have a look inside. And we have got lots of parts to go through. Looks like everything is individually wrapped. So first of all, here we've got our photo etching. This is for the cockpit. We've got some seat belts and some other detailed parts that's very nicely photo etched. Here is our canopy and some additional glass parts. And the canopy is very nicely molded. As you can see, they've already smoked it for you, so they've got that slight tint. That is very nice. Now over here we've got our fuselage. And that is a very nice piece with a lot of surface detail here. These are all recessed rivet and panel lines. And this is obviously the underside. We've got our weapons bays here and wheel well bays there. That is very nicely molded. And this is the top part here. So again, very nicely molded, great level of detail here. Here's our cockpit area, but all those surface details, very nice. Okay. So I do see here some engine parts. There's our engine with the ducts, some very nice detail for the outside. Here we've got our air intake compressor with fan. Here's our exhaust. These are all very nicely molded. And then some pipes and so on for the detail. Here's one of our formers for the bulkheads. We've got our main gear, and I've added some pipes for the outside, you can see there, and then some struts. Here is another part of our exhaust here. We've got some of our ducts here for the air intake. That's all very nicely molded. And then that's our nose, that little pointed, that's pointed piece there, very nicely molded. Okay, so one little piece fall off here. Looks like another pipe for the engine. Okay, here's our wing, the underside of the wing here. And actually, here's the underside. Here's the top of the wing. And look at these nicely molded jagged areas. And then this must be part of our elevator. And we're going to have our control surfaces there. And then these must be our wheel well covers. And then some hinges. Okay, and these screws here, got a few loose pieces. So first of all here, looks like we've got parts maybe for our what are they for? Looks like they're part of the body to cover maybe our weapons bay or something. These look like part of our weapons bay here, and you can see all the pipes molded in. That's great to see that surface detail. Same for the other side. And then this is part of the wheel well bay. You can see that surface detail again. Same with our nose wheel well here. All these parts, excellent detail. That's really what you want to see. This is a model that's well done. Here's our instrument panel, and there's our cockpit. That really is incredible. Here we have some fuel tanks or bombs. We've got some missiles and wheels, very nicely molded. Look at the detail there. Just incredible detail. All these extra little pieces. And then we've got our pylons, and these are going to be for inside, because the stealth F-35 carries its weapons inside. We've got a little part that fell off here, and another one there. And looks like we have another one of those same things for the other wheel, and so on. Okay, and then the last sprue here has got our this has got to be our it's got to be our tail. It's got to be the tail, yeah. It looks like the tail. And our ejection seat, other parts of the ejection seat, the rails that goes up. These must be the bomb bay covers, nose wheel covers. And here's our nose gear and nose wheel. You can see it's bulging. Maybe a little too much. But this is absolutely phenomenal. Tremendous amount of detail. We do have masks here, and you can see just faintly the parts that will come up. This shows you where to put the masks, I guess for when you're spraying the different colors, and here it shows you how to put the masks on there. Like that. Okay, let's look at our decals. We have got a lot of decals here. These are the grayed out versions. But as you can see, tremendous amount of detail. Here's for our weapons. I mean, this is just phenomenal. This is a model well done. And there's some of the details about the plane. And we've got a parts listing here. As you can see, there are many parts, all the ones we just went through. And it looks like we're not going to be using some of these. And more parts. Okay, so here are the colors needed. We start off with our ejection seat. And add our photo etching. And build the cockpit. This is a very thick book. And start off with we continue then with our fuselage, adding some detail on the covers there. Mount our cockpit in there. We start to build our bomb bays. Mount those inside the fuselage. Now we're getting our air ducts together, and the main engine. That's then mounted in the bulkhead along with the air ducts, and that's all mounted. It's a pity you won't see that detail. I might need to cut a panel open to have a look at that. And then our side ports there. Continue on with our fuselage. Now this is landing gear. It says if you're going to have your ports closed, so landing gear's up here. And that's the nose wheel well. This is if you're going to have it down. Each side there gets mounted in for the main gear. Here's our nose gear. That is phenomenal. Then we're putting our fuselage together along with the nose. Now we're building our wings. And it says here to drill for your wing pylons. And then those are our elevators. Wings are going on, including our leading edge, trailing edge. And then our covers here. This is if you're going to have your landing gear up. And that's also to cover the weapons bays. And then this is if you're going to have them open, which were a pity if you want to close that, because that's a tremendous amount of detail but also work. And that's the other side. Okay, here are our bomb bays. And those are the covers going on there. What a tremendous amount of detail. And then landing gear. That's just absolutely phenomenal. This is a model kit worth buying. And then some additional fuselage parts there. And then nose gear. And some sensors, it looks like. And the nose wheel well cover going on. And look at that, I mean, all these extra little pieces here. Now we're starting to build parts for our weapons. Okay, so we've got our bombs going on there, and some photo etching, looks like. So that's one option, to put those in there. Here's another option. And then we've got some pylons. That's if you want to have them mounted to the wings. That would be nice to show that extra, there's extra wing mounted options there. Same with that side. Now we've got some additional ports that you can leave open or closed. Our exhaust goes on, and then our tails and rudder. Now we start to build our canopy with those photo etched parts. And canopy is mounted, that's closed. This is if you want to have it open. And more open version here. This is just absolutely phenomenal. Okay, here's our ladder coming out the side there, and pitot tubes going on. Okay, so here are different versions here for weapons. So there's version A, and underneath version B, and version C. Now here's the painting and decal guide, and these are the common ones between all the different versions. Here's the underside, also all the common parts. And here's the side, left side and right side. Okay, so here's one of the United States versions. US Air Force, this is the 33rd Fighter Wing. Here is the 422nd Test Squadron. Here's the version from Italy and Australia. As you can see here, the different markings. And then there's the Dutch and the Israeli. And then our weapons, even the weapons have decals. This is an absolutely phenomenal model. This is everything you'd want in a model. It is detailed. The wheel wells and cockpit are detailed. You've got some photo etch. The decals are amazing. This is how you should build models.